Hey everybody, good Saturday morning. Top of the morning to you. Sitting out here in my little garden here in East Point, getting my morning started. Kind of slow getting started this morning. Last night I was flipping through the TV and there's a documentary on Netflix about the Ed Sullivan Show called Sunday Best. And just kind of walks us back through history. It started in 1948 and he goes off the air in 1971. And it's just kind of a documentary about walking through the country during those years. And so the Morning Post this morning is the Ed Sullivan Show. Went off the air in 1971. I was 16 then. How do I remember it so well? Why did it seem like it was such a big part of my life back then on Sunday nights? While sitting in the Ed Sullivan Theater a couple of years ago for a Stephen Colbert taping, I imagined little Michael Jackson on stage, the Supremes, Elvis, the Beatles. My life seemed to just be starting as his show was ending. He died 3 years later when I was 19. In the 50s and 60s, white people of the South were outraged that he was having black entertainers on his show. The list is long. Pearl Bailey, Sammy Davis Jr., 13-year-old little Stevie Wonder playing his harmonica. It doesn't seem that long ago, and yet it seems like it was another world, another country. Was that really our history back then? Outrage that a black person could sing on a variety show on a Sunday night? And MAGA wonders, why are we suspicious of all of their outrage for DEI programs? Why were white people so bothered by the advances of black people? Why did we feel so threatened by them? I remember all of the outrage about desegregation. White churches across the South led the charge against it. Why does all of the outrage from MAGA feel similar? Trans, gay, undocumented. Why does a large segment of black people feel threatened by the MAGA movement? And does the people that are in MAGA, do they even care that other segments of our society feel threatened by their love of that movement? Their outrage kind of has a history to it. We've seen it before. We've felt it before. We've been on the other end of it before. The MAGA outrage has a familiarity to it. It's kind of not scary, but just odd feeling. Well, maybe it is scary to a lot of people, especially trans people, who it seems now the big governor's race is going to all be about trans people. The 3 trans people that's here in Georgia. It's crazy, isn't it? They have to pick a group to really rile up the hate for. Anyway, I guess those things never change. In 1971, as the show was ending, I was 16. I had my first true black friend at that age, Robert Ellison. He had a lot of patience with all of my ignorance about black people. I sat at his dinner table in Kirkwood, in his house, with him and his wife. And for the first time, I ate dinner with a black family. They were sweet to me. It was the beginning of understanding that everything I had heard about black people was wrong. It's funny what happens when you start to see things from the other side of a perspective. Maybe the reason I'm so vocal now is because I am trying to make up for my silence in those early years. No one on either side of my family, Bratchers or Sellers, ever spoke up for civil rights back then. No one ever marched. No one ever protested. How could that be? The few white people that I knew who did were labeled. Life has taught me it is never too late to speak up, never too late to have a voice, never too late to do the right thing. Spike Lee was at one of the events of the Paris, but anyhow. His show went off the air when I was 16. I am now 69. A lot has changed over these years. I have changed. The country has changed. But there will always be those who would love to take us back. But there are others of us who refuse to go back. Good Saturday morning, sweet people. Lest we forget, the fight continues. Sunday Best over on Netflix. Kind of a walk back through history. Love y'all. See y'all.